Hey, it's the hero. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moan would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this, which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for Moon Daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face her at the moment, so I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thanks so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Wrathfrost.
Boy, we've been demoted to delivery boy.
Demoted? We've been delivery boy the whole game except for when we're literally fighting a dragon. We have two states, fighting a dragon and delivery boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just outside. This isn't a teleport situation.
No, it's yeah.
Almost did though.
Almost.
I really hate that line, by the way.
What?
Like, this isn't what they would want me to be doing.
Oh. This isn't what X person would want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Because like, yeah. Well, you don't know, and also, I mean, I think they don't want to be dead. I think that's what they want more than anything.
Even when they killed themselves?
Yeah.
I guess only it was a sacrifice. Nobody wanted to die.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like she wanted to die. She was just like, fuck, someone's gotta do it.
Yeah.
The name Rowena sounded familiar, but who the hell is she?
Yeah, haven't we done channeling Aether without killing people before? Like,
hey, she's wearing the Eastern outfit that I have like a copy of. Maybe not. That's pretty different.
That's not the Eastern outfit,
isn't it?
Yeah. No. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade?
Like
money
Lovecraft?
or flowers. Eh? They've got you running errands now? These scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Fine use of your time, that is.
Finally, somebody
Seriously,
gets it.
though, you'd best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The Moon Daisy, was it? Here then, take it. And tell that Yida lass I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods know she needs to. Wow.
You need a new face. Yeah, there's no finally about it. They've always known they were doing this.
Wrathfrost is...
This is like the 10th time they've lampshaded this.
What?
The fact that we're a delivery person. Like, this is like the 10th time a character's like, wow, they got you doing deliveries now. It's like, yes. It's even funnier this time.
It's a trope at this point, yeah.
We're going down there.
It's like the,
Oh, I hadn't jumped. I hadn't flown up.
So like a...
We can just fly over the in-between area.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Look at my cool shit. Now can fly no higher, but can they fly just high enough to get on top of that? Oh god, no they can't. No.
I always feel bad for people who work at places that are jokes.
What?
Like, you know, like people who work at places that are themselves like a meme.
Like Hooters?
Yeah, like a place where people are gonna say the same kind of joke every time they come in. I'm trying to think. It's probably more like, it probably happens more to like dive bars where they have silly little pun names, and like someone comes in and like points out the pun. You're like, yes, I know, thank you. Like, wow, first customer to ever point that out. Thanks.
Rowena could be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just to find the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Here's a flower. It's a daisy.
Did they ever establish why she wears that mask?
Mombrita loves these things, you know? Maybe she's dirty all bed. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I thought you were saying that about the dead person. I was like, damn, that's kind of fucking hard.
No. Like, why does he wear a visor? It's like, she's now bed. Ah. That dialogue didn't fully, like, latch on when I was a kid.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
Suddenly voice acting.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Are we the only one who can hear that?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's because of the fact that Midgard Swarmer formed a pact specifically with us.
Oh, that's not much of a threat.
It's the Demon Souls dragon sound.
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Run, run, run. Yeah, you'll remember that from the playthrough. Like, every time that dragon burned that top of that wall in the second level of Demon Souls, it made that sound. That shriek.
Here's the question. Did we get teleported over there, or are we going to have to walk? Nope, we're going to have to walk.
The Rising Stones. Walking is for fools. I have 70 gil.
Danger Noodle.
Walk like some kind of plebeian?
Yes. It's good for the environment, Keith.
How?
I mean, so is
compared to
flying magically.
teleporting?
No,
I literally, I think I pretty much fly around with a pollution cloud. It's probably worse than just teleporting.
No, teleporting is wasting aether, which is bad for the environment.
Is it though?
Yeah, but we're not
yes.
wasting aether. We're
That's-
transporting our aether from one place to another.
For a cost.
But at what cost?
But there is no cost.
My
No
apologies for
established
the
cost that
interruption.
Has ever been.
I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbritta's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Korthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report.
Bit cold of you, Alphino. God.
Yeah, he sucks. The envoy is here. Have you met Lucia before?
Yeah. It was Andrew, ironically. He was having a conversation with himself at one point. Between
Yeah.
him and, the guy who lords over her.
Is Andrew here?
I think so.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Muted myself, I'm sorry. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would go for the usual pleasantries if I may.
All right, that's me. Certainly. You come with news of the Duranians.
Sorry, motorcycle in the background was popping off like it was gunshots, so trying to avoid that. Anyways, the dragons had begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emmerich himself sailed forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. What? Aren't those like basic enemies? What the hell?
Apparently
We will
not.
We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault.
You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then.
Yeah, we do. Though it picks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid.
Very well. I shall depart to court this at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence.
It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Okay.
Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply.
You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzea Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising.
I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does not receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard.
That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emmerich's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard Sorum?
Midgard Sormer.
What a fucking name. And survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe.
It's one of them old Norse
You wear the
dragons.
mantle of hero well.
Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, hero.
Okay.
No.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I guess that's where the story ends.
It's over. GG. Good night. Can't believe you need me to come fight low-level scrubs for you. Pathetic.
That looks like Boreal Valley.
Oh yeah, this lady.
Yep.
Remember when we just let her go?
We tried to stop her, I
The
swear.
sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Just after we were nice enough to not murder her. Seems a little rude, to be honest.
I know, we let her go, and this is how she repays us.
I seriously jump a bit every single time that fucking dragon cry happens. It means
Why?
instant
Bad memories.
Because it means instant death. Just get instantly burned to death. You have to time running across like various bridges as that shriek keeps happening. It's the same stock sound being used in like a harmless cutscene. I'm like, you can't do this to me. How dare you?
All I know is I heard miscellaneous girlfriend sounds in the background.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of those today. It seems I was swifter, hero, even though you fucking teleported here. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot.
We weren't there yet.
Why weren't you?
Because we weren't as
we were
fast as
leaving.
you.
Yeah, I left the room. Damn, what the hell?
We're trying to get the shit done, right?
Yeah, but like
Every time we finish a
didn't know
conversation, I just teleport to the next character.
I'm not trying to waste my money.
It's 70 gil. Don't I have like 400,000 or some shit?
Excuse me, it was 170 gil, please.
Oh wow, damn.
Money's important. You can't be throwing that shit away.
Dyspeptic Dragoon? What does that mean?
They, I don't know, upset stomach, dyspeptic diarrhea.
What does dyspeptic mean?
Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Alright.
I can't believe you were half accurate. Describe someone who is irritable due to depression or indigestion.
He needs the Bismol.
Wait a second, he actually has indigestion?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
We need not fret much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine.
Family worry, okay. Alright, reasonable.
Bothered Bowman.
The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered.
Ah, they're doing alliteration. Yep.
Tenterhooked? Oh, dear lord. Well, to Google again, hold on.
Well, it's because they need to find
Tenterhooked.
something that has the same first letter as their other title. They had Trembling Temple Knight,
Terrified?
Dyspeptic Dragoon, and Bothered Bowman. They're doing a thing.
When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones.
Waspinator, terrorize!
Raspinator terrorize!
Used to mean being in a state of unease, anxiety, or suspense.
Oh, so my life.
Basically, yeah.
Where is South?
That's all you keep.
Where is
He's right in front of
Oh,
us.
where'd he come from? Wow. I was like looking around,
just
where
apparated
is he?
Twould seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard.
That's you, Andrew.
Sorry. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead.
My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause.
Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you.
Don't taunt me. Nothing's ever completed. You can't trick me. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do what as we were bid, and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Hauschfart will know where Sir Aymeric means to receive us.
Nothing fuck.
You
can really hear my reading vary in quality based on how natural the dialogue feels.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I narrated 2 consecutive rounds of what's it called? Of the Yogg this weekend, and just fucking belted that shit out. Like almost no mistakes. It's like 'cause that game's written like a person would do. And this,
I mean,
Whereas so many
Like
of
a
the
normal person,
so
yeah.
many of the fantasy games I play, I'm just like, oh god damn it.
This writing, man. It's what are we back in the fucking 1200s? Like, come on.
No.
Yes. Final Fantasy does only one thing good: immersion.
No, we're in the
Anybody
Final
remember who was
Fantasy
voicing Horseman?
1400s.
It was me. 'Tis reassuring indeed to behold a countenance of a friend when one homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence strokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat you with the intercessory. It sounded like incestory, and that wasn't right. That's how I kept reading it anyways, and I was like, no.
The incestuary.
Oh god.
That's a word.
It's probably a... Never mind.
No, by all means, speak your mind.
Nah.
Greetings,
I don't
sir.
kick.
Shall I show you
It's not
inside?
fair.
Yes.
It's not fair to punch down on a state.
It's probably like a room
sure it
inside
is.
of a brick wall or whatever.
Nah. Wow, this dude's table is
Especially since I'm
annoying.
not from said state.
Oh, this is
I
Andrew's
hate-
nasal
I'm Canadian.
voice.
Oh fuck, you're right. Oh.
Yep. I told you were gonna regret it, but no, you didn't listen to me. Somebody finds that hilarious.
It's fine.
I thank you for coming with such haste. I apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for.
Yes. We are but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience.
On the contrary, Master Alphanod, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally. Estinian? The hell name?
Estinian, probably.
Estinine? I don't know.
Einstein.
Ooh, hey.
Send another Estinine.
That's armor. Jeez.
Wow, look at that bulge.
Dragoon!
Oh, you know he's a dragoon. Because he has a pointy hat. It looks like a chocobo head.
Dragoon armor is fucking obnoxious.
It is.
It's really
It's
spiky.
so bad. I remember because
May I-
there's a dragoon in Final Fantasy 15 also, and it's like,
Yes.
what a stupid looking character. What stupid looking armor. It's just noise.
Yes, really. Well, they carried at least they
What I
carried
did
it
is I
over.
covered myself in glue and then just rolled in some butter knives. Just rolled in a whole bin of knives and they just stuck to me.
You know,
a lot
my
of-
biggest question is why is he called the Azure Dragoon?
Why is he
It's all
called the
black- it's
Azure
all
Dragoon?
black.
He's black.
Yeah. All black armor. What is going on?
God damn
It's
it.
colorful on the inside, guys, okay?
May I
why
present to
can't
you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon?
Why can't I hear anyone?
Ironically, I'm colorblind, so I hope that's accurate.
Oh, whoops.
You
Well, in the
skip
middle of-
past this?
And everybody's forgetting to.
No,
characters nowadays.
in the middle of my ranting, I turned my chair and my leg unplugged my headphones.
Oh,
So I
yeah, that
just
would
had-
do it.
So I just had an awkward pause of like, wait, why isn't anyone talking? What line are we on? Fuck.
Yours.
An
An impressive title.
Oh, an impressive title. Though I confess, I know. Yeah, I was ranting about the fucking. He's called the Azure Dragon. He's black. What the fuck? Though I confess, I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons.
They are formidable warriors, all. Yet, even among such masters of the lands, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, were chosen to wield the power of dragons. And they thus contend with any Dravanian.
Who wants to be this guy?
I'll take him.
Go for
You
it.
flatter me much, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my Bloodfare sang in anticipation of our meeting. Bloodfare? What?
I just like it was such a dramatic hype reveal of this character, and he just looks like a jackass.
Yeah, I mean, that's how most reveals go, right?
Well,
should've changed.
now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravarians share a common goal, the redamnation of Nidhogg's stolen
Reclamation.
Reclamation. Sorry.
Redamnation. Oh, I guess I can see how you got that, because it looks like if you can like mash it
does
together
look
to
like
be a D.
Yeah.
Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms, in a great versus game. His name features prominently in your nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero Haldrith, the beast is said to have terrorized Korthus since Ishgard's founding.
Aye, many are the scars of our wall bears from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath, plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dreaded creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him.
This
Dragon.
prick. I have no idea.
I think it was me. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor.
Talks at the speed of a goddamn treant.
He does.
The Eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravarian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself.
Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaigns as if mere hours had passed.
It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates.
You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then?
Of that, we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the Eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravarians are not like to leave untested.
So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? For the benefit of the player.
Oh, fuck.
What, did you skip it?
I accidentally left-clicked instead of right-clicked. Fuck.
I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the keeper of the lake. However, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania.
Yeah,
Isn't that
see,
the
he's
exact
allergic to
selfishness that we've been trying to preach against for the entire last campaign? And that's all of our
Basically.
problems are caused by that?
I think he's kind
Hypocrite.
of doing like a, yeah, it sucks to be in your position, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
When the Azorian Alliance requested Ishgar's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war?
I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravaria. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Korthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen.
Alternative translation. Listen, you little fuck, we're setting up an expansion, and that means there has to be no continent.
Until the
So
Garleans
get
arrival,
over
that
here.
is. For you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Korthus. They would not even have to draw steel.
So trying to convince us to play the long term, even though the long term clearly would have been to help us before this whole thing happened in the first place, but no.
An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona, Seven Hells. Ahem. Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone.
I honestly feel like Mordona would be fine, even if we had a border with Imperial Province, just because of the fact that this place is a natural fortress. There are gigantic cliffs and crystals and everything everywhere.
What's a fortress to a dragon? Or seven dragons?
Well, we're not talking about the dragons, but specifically we're talking about the Imperial forces. In that instance. Anyway.
Andrew?
Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence is stolen into my very blood. That seems like a liability. Fear not. I'm in full control of my faculties, I assure you. And the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence, however, does allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice.
Oh. That's not a good association.
No!
No, his helm looks like, Griffith's.
Jeez.
Which is a problem. God, it looks a lot like Griffith's helm. What the fuck? Then the worm who roared
Was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danafin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt. The worm has summoned his minions to war.
Yeah, that helm just looks like one of the most hated manga characters of all time. Okay.
And now we gotta speak with Alphino again.
It's not gonna
As
do
I'm
anything
stuck
to
on the other
damage
side of the
my
table.
perspective of
The
that
fact
character. When Andrew
That
picked
you
that
can't
voice,
jump
he
over this table.
Oh yeah. It just doesn't let
Sorry.
you. Because it'd be awkward if the cutscene had you just standing there.
That's right.
When Andrew picked that voice, he didn't think he'd have to be doing it with no context in front of his girlfriend.
I warned him!
You didn't warn him of that. That was unpredictable.
Well, yeah, no,
yeah, I
that
wasn't.
Now you gotta do it with awkwardly. I can't do any recordings with another person in the room that's not literally doing the recording with me. It's the most fucking awkward thing that ever happens.
It's funny to me to see you tense up like that.
You had some kind of fucking repairman or something come by when we were streaming Halo, and I was just like, oh, hi.
Yeah, you like
How you
immediately
doing?
clam up, like you just don't say anything. You just play the video game. Like,
It's
okay,
fucking
you can
weird.
say- You don't even know him. He'll never see you again.
So yeah, we all know you're shameless, Andrew. It's not news, but like Let's Playing is such a weird fucking concept. Having to do it in front of strangers that don't know what's happening, that just walk in, is so fucking weird.
Man.
But they don't know it's happening. That's what I'm confused by. Like, that guy literally has no fucking idea what's going on. He just sees you playing a video game and talking. For all he knows, you're playing Call of Duty and you're telling people to, like, you're gonna beat their moms to death or whatever these kids say to people nowadays. Like, as far as he's aware, you're a guy playing video games, talking online while playing.
It's super weird every time. Every single time.
It's really normal. Like,
no.
Now, if you were watching a YouTube video of like Honey Boo Boo and you're doing commentary, I think he would be concerned.
I didn't even like at Marty's place. I didn't even like recording stuff in Marty's place when like a bunch of people ended up with if a bunch of people like went and gathered in like the kitchen or living room that didn't live there because they're like over for whatever reason, because they'd like hear me through the door and I'd be like super self-conscious about that.
Oh.
Because Marty ruined that one day because he like
vlogging and doing things.
Because Marty like mimicked like a shout I did during Soma or something, which made it clear that he could hear me. And then I was super self-conscious forever whenever like strangers were in that part of the house, and I just couldn't work because I'm like just like ah. Now I'm upstairs at least, so if there's like guests downstairs, then I'm insulated. But no, like just somebody just like fucking walking in or whatever, it'd be like no, I can't. It's super can't do this. Guess I'm just not working.
Meanwhile, it's just the funniest thing just hearing your girlfriend just laugh at you.
I don't know if she's even paying attention or if she's just like talking on the phone in the corner or something. I don't know. She was just kind of like shouting some stuff during the podcast, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Like, do you have headphones on, Andrew, or are you using speakers?
Yeah.
Like
he's a professional, Effie. God.
I mean, some professionals use speakers.
Why are you level 60?
What? Oh, headroom.
What does that mean? What the
you
fuck?
should not be level 60. What the
you
fuck?
can't get your head through the fucking door unless it's level 60? What does that mean? You said headroom. What do you mean
you
headroom?
are officially like significantly playing ahead. Holy shit.
Well, I don't get experience during New Game Plus, so this is basically to ensure that you guys don't get to the point where I can't keep
That'll never happen. We will never rapidly level in this series. If anything, you're gonna give us whatever problem with like, what is it? I think Panda was saying like he couldn't join my party when I was doing certain quests because it would make me not get experience. Like you're gonna like start making us not get experience. You're almost there. Stop. You're 8 levels above me.
Well, you'd be the same level as Andrew. He's stuck with the.
No, he's 52.
I'm the only person following the rule of playing my character during these sessions and only these sessions.
I don't play my
You're
paladin
like
when
randomly
I play
playing.
Well, I'm staying here for a while. Like I'm not gonna be playing my black mage for quite a while. I barely ever play it.
You keep leveling every time we come back to this game, and guess what? We don't even level while we're playing this game. All leveling is too much leveling.
We're not playing long enough.
It's not that. It's that this game fucking pauses all experience gain for like 50 hours.
Yeah.
Like there's no experience gain. You can't get more. You're gonna break everything. Jesus Christ! You have 3 times my health. That was my first hit. It wasn't your level. It was the fact that you had 22,000 health, and I'm like, hang on a minute. That's a whole too many numbers.
I think that could just be your gear, honestly.
I'm a samurai, and you're a mage. I'm the hardy boy. You monster. Though the circumstances are far than ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Aymeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? You're saying this in front of him. Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude toward foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. This is too many words. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. They need to get the Paper Mario writers on this. Just get to the point. Get this shit done in like 10 slides or less. I think this is all just like, oh, there's some dragons and like a rival faction. Let's go fight them. Yeah, but we need to spend a half an hour saying that.
Fuck. If we were to aid the Ishgardians in the war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. Cool. I love making reports. Can you just fucking send her a fucking bird or whatever? And we can get on to the next objective? Okay, fine. Let's re-discuss the same thing we just discussed twice. Economical storytelling. Christ.
Back to the Rising Stones.
Take it back to the stone city with the exposition and that one lady. She doesn't do anything interesting.
Yep.
I wonder what percentage of antecedent conversations establish anything new versus re-explain the plot points we already have, because she's never there when important things happen, so we have to tell her again.
At this point, everything's kind of a blur because it's been so long between like instances where we've actually had new information versus, I guess, explaining what is currently going on.
It is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphinaud is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge a Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support, I leave to Alphinaud. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Coerthas. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slapborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter.
When you have this level of exposition, it hits a point where it actually accomplishes the opposite, and that I just absorb less information.
Yeah, there's a point where you stop being interested in
You hit a point where you're like, I don't think I've absorbed anything for like 20 minutes. I think there's dragons.
Yeah, the idea is that there's another invading nation that's not the Garleans.
There's a war where I barely understand who either side is, and there's dragons maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically the gist of it.
That's depressing. Because they're saying a lot.
Yeah, this world is depressing.
We are rather close to Coerthas, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, hero. I have 101 things to discuss with Slapborn. Cool, can you do those off camera? Please.
That would be nice, but no, we're gonna have to go talk to him.
They really needed to rewrite this entire game.
That would be
It's like the Snyder Cut thing. Like, you can't edit it to make it better. You have to actually redo it. Which, considering it's all text, is surprisingly not that as unreasonable. If you're going to make it a mandatory entry point for every player every time.
Who's this guy? Me?
God, it's been a while.
I appreciate the warning. War's coming to Coerthas, then the toll must be made already. Or made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. Huh? But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, so I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here at Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer to your call to arms.
Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse.
Oh, we actually have to talk to random adventurers around town. Okay.
There's a quest locked thingy on him.
Oh, it's a cutscene.
God.
Is it voiced?
It never is.
Spare me of your talk of glory and fame. Not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Wow, what a prick.
No, he's right. This is a bad idea. This guy?
Was this the pirate?
I think it was you, Andrew?
Pirate guy? Alright. Voice I do the pirate guy.
You're kind of getting like
piratey one.
You almost sound like you're being noise gated or something, like you're too far away.
Do I?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You kept like fading in and out or something.
Let me check. Let me up that a little bit. Okay. That should be better. Is that better? Can you hear me a little bit?
I mean, we can hear you fine right now, I'd imagine.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was the thing that I have on to increase my voice and lower background noise. So, anyways, Ishgard sounds like she's she's in a right mess. But that ain't what I wanted to talk to ye about. I need ye to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alameo by the name of Old Wilred was there with the fort that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have ye? No. God damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wildred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from our vault in Udall. So now, of course, half the brave suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for their freedom and all. That and a steady pay. Now, compared to most others in the crew, Wilred's fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among the wolves. But the boy's got passion, and he talked about being the guardian of Eorzea, the bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And this is just between you and me, mind ye. There is a fact that the lad wanted to tell me something queer he's noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye that it ain't young Wilred. Oh my god, you only have one eye left. I don't think you should be auctioning it off so quickly.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea. Because if he's wrong...
Oh. Hold on. 1 second.
Yeah?
Any road, you got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, hero. There you go.
Next.
Okay, oh, that was one.
This way. Yeah, that was one.
Whoa, I forgot what we were doing for a minute there because it went on for
Which
long
one are we
enough
going to do next here?
and didn't even like feature the same character we were talking to.
You really aren't absorbing anything that's happening, are you?
I mean, there's a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
Oh.
Keith, what?
Oh, I was here first and nobody else came, so I thought you guys went somewhere else.
Oh, sorry.
So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, huh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Alright, bye.
You're adept.
Not all are equally cutscene-y.
Oh, it's all the way up here.
Look, how do you get up here?
Stairs.
Oh, right.
We've evolved beyond such things.
Sell me blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coins was good. I've worked for the one o' them knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse.
For a heavy purse.
I mean, gold is heavy.
Is it even higher?
Where's the bank, lunatic?
Oh, it's in here. Inside. First door on the right. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Hello there. He's angular, apparently.
Oh, not an angler?
very
Like
angular.
a fisherman?
Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I'd sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall.
Do you have any idea how many dragons we've killed as adventurers?
Yeah, and you know how many dragons killed his family?
Like real ones
Probably
or
like one.
pseudo ones?
He had like a brother and it died, and he's like, "That's it, no more dragon kills."
Every
Won't do it.
single one of my brothers.
Yeah, you'd think as an adventurer, you'd be like, oh yeah, no, this is my perfect opportunity to get revenge.
I lost every
But
single
no.
one of my brother.
I mean,
Are you there you are, hero. So, did you sway any hearts?
Definitely not.
1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slathborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say 1 Revenant's toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Why do we have reason to think anyone here is capable besides us?
Especially
It's just
considering
like dudes standing around.
yeah, like look at Andrew. Like look at that armor. That's not armor. Like I don't know about you, but I'd definitely take a knight in clanking armor.
Meanwhile, this person over here is like
a
on a
king.
Fabergé egg on purpose. Like you're just begging them to destroy you.
also says the guy wearing what amounts to a motorcycle jacket and some slacks.
Hey, this stops road rash, okay?
Okay.
It's totally
Yeah.
armor.
I mean, I'm
And mine
dressed
beats the
appropriate. Oh, I've been
just like
so
you're-
caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. No. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Uldad to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they've requested a presence as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Uldad, and you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you at the Royal Promenade. Speak with Alphino at the Royal Promenade. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations 1 leader at a time, but it seems please no. Please all at once. It seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I feel obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? There are so many scenarios that would go faster if we just get everyone in the same room, so yes,
Well,
please.
that's exactly
thank
what
you.
happened. So thank goodness. I assume this is going to be voiced, so.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall...
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but 2 of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Well, that was weird.
Oh, there's little stairs there, okay. I looked like I was 40 feet tall for a second there. I looked so huge because of like the forced perspective that was happening with Raubon. It was tripping me out. Also, it was tripping me out that like this might be a graphic setting that I have set or something, but the reflections of the giant table are like 4 frames per second or something. Like I can specifically see it with Merlwib. It's like incredibly slow frame rate reflections of her arms moving around. They were really prominent.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
It's the software reflection. Trying to keep up.
Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. What else do I do, Alphino? Like, what personality or drive do I have outside of leading adventurers on inestimable danger expeditions?
Don't forget picking up flowers. Don't forget picking up flowers.
But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Hausfart and Sir Aymeric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Elbert, what news? The assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Hero, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory.
Back to Camp Dragonhead.
Yay.
Off to Kurthus.
I love war.
Yeah, I mean, you usually get to play during it.
Yeah.
Good for business.
That's why they call it war games.
I feel like real life war would be too exhausting to have fun with it, though.
You know, they may call it war games, but usually those end.
Could you imagine if any television show was paced like this?
There are several.
It'd be canceled immediately.
No.
I've never seen a show that has this pacing.
Be glad.
I mean,
I don't watch a soap opera.
They're canceled. Doesn't shit happen like crazy in soap operas? Because they desperately need to. It's like they desperately need you to keep watching episode to episode.
Filler.
It's like there's like a cliffhanger
story.
and a crazy thing happening every single episode.
But that's the thing, is like those are character related issues. They're not plot related.
Yeah, but characters, characters just as good or better than plot.
Detective Conan did. Fucking 1,000 episodes. We still haven't even gotten to like 1% of the main story yet.
Don't you get to like establish and solve a mystery every episode?
Sometimes it takes 3 episodes. Sometimes it takes 2.
Well, 3 episodes would be about an hour. That would still be an entire mystery done in less time than all of the setup we've been reading today so far.
But the mystery doesn't have anything to do with the story.
That is a story, though.
No. That's filler. Those are filler stories.
I mean, the definition of filler is kind of all over the place, but it's still something. Like, if you're a procedural with daily theming or whatever, then that's still like the thing that you're doing.
I guess. Or
but like this is like
then
over an hour of setup for what, frankly, we've been already setting up for hours already. It's just like this ongoing conflict, and it's always just like hours of just setting up a thing, but not like the like Game of Thrones sort of way, where it's like here's all these factions backstabbing each other and vying for power and doing interesting things, and then all the individual characters we care about having different reactions and motivations to it all. It's just like kind of the same conversation happening, and then we have the same conversation but slightly different, and then it's like slowly sliding in a direction sluggishly, but also no interesting character beats are happening, and there's no big reveals, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna fight, I get it, it's like the next expansion or story arc, and it's like a next level amount of padding. And just it's like it's less pacing and more like an 18-wheeler's wheels are just spinning in the mud and it's not moving.
It doesn't get better. So like you should be playing this because you enjoy this level of storytelling.
I mean, everyone on the entire planet keeps claiming it's better later.
Fucking lying to you. They always do.
Taking us 9 months already to get this far, so it's a big fucking ask.
Well, that's because it's ARR. ARR is so long.
It's so long. And this, it's so long, despite the fact that
version.
They like hastily rewrote it in like a year from scratch, and it's still taking this long. How'd they write this much?
God, that's all they have time to do.
What
do you think? It's not like they're improving anything.
I guess you can write this much of it, it's just your first draft, and you just put it out.
It's not like there's a balancing system they have to work with every week. Like all they're doing is just patches and more story.
It's like a whole book, but a book would have been edited.
I mean, I don't know.
Marceline's probably another completely new character, right?
It is.
I never know if we'll see them again, so I don't know if I should care about them.
Probably not. You shouldn't. You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent? Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravarian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishes are slain. That was like 6 word bubbles to say 1 sentence.
Now, chat, when I say that they rewrote the game, I'm not talking about the trimming patch that happened recently. I'm talking about the fact that the game was terrible. They deleted the whole thing, started over, and rewrote a whole new campaign in only like a year, and then put that game out. Like this game, like as far as I'm aware, this is a separate campaign than the original taken down Final Fantasy XIV. So that means they had to rewrite the entire campaign in like a year, and they wrote so much.
Yeah,
they had to account for 40 quests.
It wasn't that long of a gap, right, between 14 and 14.2. Whatever the fuck, whatever you call it.
It was Final Fantasy 11, and then Final Fantasy,
Well, 11's a different game that's still up. I mean, 14 came out and it was terrible, and they literally took the entire game down and then put it out again a year later. And that second one was a new campaign with a new story.
Yeah,
because they keep referring to the previous game's story, even though we can't play it. They always talk about like 3 years ago or whatever, some bullshit happened. Oh man, the heroes from 3 years ago. Like, that was a different story, which they kept canon. So that means they had to write this entire thing so quick. So that's why I'm like so amazed that like, oh my god, they wrote so much. Maybe that's why it all feels like a first fucking draft.
Can I get off?
Let's go fuck up a horde runner. I'm pressing buttons. Ah, fuck him up. Oh, he's dead already.
Don't get too comfortable. We're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
have to
I
stop
mean,
doing
FP one
this
shots everybody, so there's literally less gameplay
I'm
than
literally
ever
using my
before.
least powerful spells.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're level 60. There's less gameplay than ever before. I don't even have to dodge danger. Fuck it. I'll just stand
What are
still.
you doing? Like 400 points of damage.
They're level 50. Oh crap! I'm accidentally teleporting somehow. How did I do that?
What?
I think my hotbar switched randomly, and so I started teleporting away. Teleport hotkey came up.
Wait, where do we gotta go now? Oh, we gotta go all the way to the top area? Good God.
Luckily, we can fly over the open gap. Thankfully, there's no invisible wall here.
Until.
Until.
Yeah, exactly. Until there is. Because of course there will be.
Maybe one day you can fly no higher.
Let's see here. Let me check something first. Okay, yeah, I can run that. Oh, there we go. That'll solve the problem.
More danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got him.
I guess. Wait, no. There's still an enemy. Weird. I guess it keeps counting abruptly as combat being over, so it keeps switching to my non-combat bars. So
Yeah,
I keep almost hearthing over and over again when there's still enemies around.
Look at this big boy going down.
Got
Easy.
him.
Like I said, they're basic enemies.
Then we just leave. There's like a whole battle still happening around us, but One over here. Ignore those combat sounds. Yeah.
I'm impressed by how much gameplay that was. Included 2 areas.
The thumbnail for this stream looks like a female version of Keith. What the fuck does that mean?
What?
What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea what that means.
For the stream?
I don't know. Oh, it looks like the thumbnail for the stream is currently a pirate guy.
Let me see.
Oh.
I mean, hey, that works.
Because YouTube just latches onto any humanoid or face.
He has a more major NPC than really every other NPC we've had to talk to, except for like 3 of them. So, you know.
That's true. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Dravarian devils, damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge your the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. I don't think anybody I know died, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't...
Who died?
Stakes?
You commit yourself to the siege, but you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danifin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Javarians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. All now rests on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out onto the steps of faith and prepare to meet the horde. May the fury guide your blades.
How windy is it? Look at his chainmail like flap in the wind.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about the chainmail over his ears.
Okay.
That's some Nintendo 64 Ocarina graphics right there. With how
it looks like it would hurt.
Oop, oh, there we go.
Wouldn't like having chainmail on your ears hurt?
Probably. I mean, every single time I see fucking Effie's race in this game, and they have like, wait, is that Effie's race? Yeah, I think.
Why do we break up the?
Every time I see one of them have a crazy ear. Anything really, I'm always like, what? That's gotta hurt like fucking crazy. Either that's the fucking snuggest fit ever to your skull and never moves, or it just bashes against the sides of your ears constantly every time it like bounces up or down or left or right or any other direction. Like every movement would chafe like fucking crazy.
I was gonna say
or like bruise and damage your ears all the time.
Yep. All right.
Why wouldn't you just put leather over them? What the fuck?
Let's go ahead and
just leave them open.
Well, I don't know about that. His ears probably get cold
or something. I don't know. They're
what's
incredibly inconvenient ears. It's just not a great time all around.
What do we gotta do? Doing a dungeon?
Yeah, it's time for content.
Oh
and
my god.
The good news about instances is at least they're level locked. An 8-man. We've got 6 already.
Yep, we're gonna have to find the other 2 because I don't think Emerald's gonna be available. And
let's
go. Hold on.
Has your girlfriend basically moved in at this point?
No.
Or is it just the weekends or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, because Stephanie's in a relationship right now too, and it's just like that dude just lives here. He just lives in this house at this point. Like I genuinely wonder if he ever goes home.
I don't know. That time just seems a little weird to me.
Yep, that's everyone who's going to be available. Okay, we have both healers. We have 2 tanks. Cool.
Yep. Commence. Wait, do we know who the other tank is? Okay, good.
Yep.
I'm just used to being like, oh, someone's in a relationship now. Bye. Goodbye forever. The time commitment is for some people.
Somebody doesn't have good time management.
I mean, for a lot of people, it's just a next level time commitment where it's just like, that's your life now. You work and you be in a relationship and that's all of your time. And your friends see you in like 5 years after the breakup.
Jesus.
Like oh, you're back from the war.
I think you need healthier friendships. Like that's not a healthy way to be in any kind of relationship. I don't know.
That's a big dragon. Is it just a boss fight?
It's a big dragon. Also, this fucking path looks already destroyed. Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta. Who's gonna be on Big Bertha's?
I'll probably grab.
I don't know the mechanics of this one.
Honestly, we can just brute force
the dragon.
Well, you gotta shoot the dragon.
All right. Am I main tanking or is Artemis main tank? What are you doing? What are we doing?
I think Artemis looks like he's already got tank stance up, so.
All right. Oh, why'd I do that? I'm sorry. It's fine. Go.
What am I doing? Just hitting him?
Yeah.
Do you have like instant kill mechanics that I have to know about? Like, oh, you better know about.
Don't get.
You better know how to disarm the. Please stop. What's it called?
You okay there, Keith?
Just lost the entire joke. Better be able to disarm this like fucking keep talking and nobody explodes bomb in 30 seconds or the whole raid wipes and it's your fault. And Effie kept it a secret as a joke.
I mean, I'm not telling you anything because I don't want to spoil anything.
That's not.
And also because I don't remember this fight,
That's not how
honestly.
8-mans work. You don't learn by doing. These are always just random bullshit you would never know unless someone just tells you or you look it up. Or they're nothing mechanics where nothing happens. One or the other.
Ah.
Does it do his feet do damage? They look threatening.
Sorry, he wouldn't latch on to me.
You're gonna be dead soon. There you go. No, lock onto the guy. There you go.
I was gonna say, I think someone was supposed to shoot cannons at him, right?
Is the mechanic not happening? Are we in trouble?
We're just brute forcing it.
Oh,
Are we gonna be able to?
I thought you said we had someone on like gun duty.
Well, you can brute force it.
Just be so over leveled that you just kill him. Oh, yep, his feet do hurt. Eventually.
I did say don't get stepped on. I wasn't kidding.
Yeah, I think I was just not quite getting hit by it until now.
Yeah, you can stand in his belly. Oh.
Oh.
There's the raid wide stun.
That was weird.
Ooh. Oh god! His junk is about to explode. Die, dragon. You don't belong in this world. Are we gonna be able to brute force this guy? He's getting kind of close.
I don't know, I just assumed people knew what they were doing. I don't know, maybe it's not working. Are you winning, son?
Oh yeah, we gotta get these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles out of here.
Nope, that's an explosion.
God, I stepped right into that. Oh.
Yep.
No, I've been stunned.
Oh, stunned. I escape.
Oh, don't stand in that.
Oh,
oh dear.
A lot of different rings of bad looking stuff. Oh. He's looking really close to the thing. Do we lose when he gets there?
Yeah, if he gets to the main
If he gets
temple,
all the way
we
to the
lose.
end, yeah, and breaks through, we lose.
Can we crowd control him or something? 'Cause he's like there.
The cannons, well, this is not the end one. There's the...
Yeah, at the very end, there's the...
Those are more
platform.
gates.
Yeah.
Ah, it's like Monster Hunter Rise. Where I'm like, I can't tell how close to losing I am.
I mean, he's at 9%, so we've
There's
definitely got this.
There's like a big wall you're defending in Monster Hunter Rise. I'm like, oh my god, I can't let him through the gate. And then he gets to the gate. I'm like, now a second room to defend. I'm like, what? I didn't even know I was defending more rooms. I didn't know. I'm like, I'm the boss fight, and I don't know I have more phases.
Yay.
Brute force. Big dragon go splat.
Where did my sword go?
We did it.
I just want to throw this out here right now. It is really weird seeing a Lalafell in the dancer outfit.
Why?
I mean, they were never not weird. They're just an unfortunate existence. Why am I like this?
Potato, excuse me.
We get all these like important conversations, and everyone's weighty and heavy, and oh my god, the stakes, and then fucking stupid potatoes are waving their hands around trying to walk. Like they can't even walk right.
The dragons! They are withdrawing! Victory is ours!
Who are you?
Yahoo!
Potato.
Oh!
Someone's character laying on the ground, or was that just a
Where
really
were you during the entire fight?
really weirdly unique looking Rogadin?
One of Nidhogg's... Go ahead.
Nope, go for it.
One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance.
Sound a little,
Dragon jump!
He's got fucking, what do they call those? Kami? Or no, not Kami.
You can,
Common
you can
Rider.
absolutely figure out the fights as you do them. You did that in the coils. I disagree. Everyone went straight to the wikis and guides every time we tried any fight. And also,
yeah, the coils are
no
pain.
time in 100 years would I ever figure out the fucking like fight this robot between 4 towers that have different charge levels and some shit's happening or whatever the fuck. Like I would have never figured that out from like trying it over and over again. That fight was just noise.
Like the Bahamut coils are equivalent to some of the Savage raids. It's crazy hard. There's no way you'd be able to figure out those mechanics normally.
Hero, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting.
Oh, what? Commander Levelier, hero, true to your word, you've arrived to aid us in our hour of need, and could someone close the fucking window? Jesus Christ.
It's so windy in this enclosed area.
And the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks.
That the bangs just flapping in the wind is distracting.
Though I would stay to lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and they are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy.
I don't really go on those subreddits, so. Okay, bye.
I too would offer my thanks, Zev. Hero, whoops.
It slips every once in a while.
Through your deeds, we have achieved a victory of singular importance. I avoided slipping for like 6 months, and then there goes.
Yep.
With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Much have been sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ascians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days... What was up?
Sorry, what does he mean by van? Like caravan?
I already forgot what I read.
He said,
I'm distracted by the fact that my entire chat's currently arguing with me, and they're all wrong, but they're all arguing with me right now, and so I'm not actually absorbing what I'm reading.
And so you keep thinking that they're right about the length of content.
What?
What'd
you say?
I assume they're... I don't know.
None of that transmitted correctly. I don't know what any of what you said.
I was saying like they're arguing with you because they're wrong, but they're also the same people who keep telling you it gets better after the expansion.
They're wrong all the
So
time.
like-
They argued with me when I was like, it's saying it's stupid that my character isn't feature complete.
Well, continue.
I was like the guy that just insults me periodically. That's a great way to get banned. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, as we have done well, my friend and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilberd back to Uldal and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale of Minfilia in person.
Oh man, back to the Rising Stones.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba, we did it. I'm amazed I have to explain this, but like MMORPG boss fights are not designed to be particularly intuitive. That's just the genre as a whole. They're built completely based around the idea of the fact that the community collectively solves the fight within like an hour anyway, so you don't actually need the fights to be intuitive because literally like 0.01% of the audience solves how to do fights and the rest of them reads about it on guides. Like that's how the entire genre has functioned since like WoW 1.0. And like I have a lot of experience with raids in this game at this point from coils and so on, and I know what the fights are like, where there's 75 phases and 80 overlapping mechanics and the insanity of it all. It's like, yeah, no, this isn't Zelda. These aren't designed to be intuitive fights you would solve on your own. They're designed for you to look at the guide and find out how to do it all. You don't collectively get like 20 people on the right page on how to solve these puzzles intuitively, just on the fly by just winging it.
Real quick, I'm also going to go ahead and reform the party real fast.
It's also self-contradictory to say like, so then don't do it by trial and error. That's literally what it means to not use a guide. It's trial and error. That's what that means.
You gotta figure out a
mechanic.
But
I'm done arguing though. I'm not gonna fucking continue this. I already said my point. But saying not to do trial and error, but also not to use a guide. I'm like, what the fuck? You just contradicted yourself. That's literally it's literally the only way to not use a guide.